Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and today we will be looking at a scenario where all Mediterranean countries unite. So first things first, of course, it's unrealistic. You cannot have like Morocco and Spain, Israel and Egypt, Turkey and Greece. They will never unite. There's no chance of that. But here we're just going to assume they are and go and begin. Also, do not tell me that Andorra is in it without bordering the Mediterranean. I know, but what happened to them is what's about to happen to San Marino and the Vatican. So that's their first expansion, and here I'm going to be ignoring all differences and all the insane chance that they would be torn apart internally rather than an external threat. But yeah, let's just let them expand. Let's just let them grow into the largest, most powerful country in the world. Here, I don't think I'd put them in number one, not by size, not by military, not by economy, not by anything. They are not the most powerful country. The US still is. But they are up there. They are rivaling China. They have surpassed Russia. And yes, I know technically Russia is ahead of China, but China would win. One-on-one, yeah. Maybe not geography-wise because of that, the Ural Mountains, but yeah, China is stronger. That's besides the point. Let's go ahead and begin, and well, I guess we already did. San Marino and the Vatican have been annexed, leading to a lot of Northern Europe deciding that an alliance is in order, aka the UK, Germany, and the Benelux. They make a new alliance, the Northern European Defensive Pact, and soon enough, Austria, Czechia, Slovakia, and Poland all join as well. From there, Lithuania, Denmark, and Norway follow, along with Iceland. So yeah, it's already pretty strong, but that's not the only pact that forms up. The Balkan League also forms up between Romania, Serbia, and Bulgaria, with Moldova joining soon after. So these people are practically just trying to save themselves, which is the best thing you can do here, but sadly for them, they made two alliances, and one of those is considerably weaker. So try and guess which one is gonna die next. Well, not quite yet, as Rome has some other weaker neighbors to go after first, including Palestine, Jordan, and the Western Sahara. With these land grabs, well, Western Sahara isn't going to give them much, but you know what, Jordan, Palestine, they can give them some good amount of land, population maybe. Isn't the best, but the point is they're expanding, and they're expanding fast. Also, I have not posted in like half a month. Oh my, it's been a while, but I should start posting a couple times a week now. And from there, the Romans will invade and annex North Macedonia. And yes, these are all wars that are happening. I'm just not showing them because they would be incredibly quick and one-sided. From there, I'm not going to call them the Romans. They're the Mediterraneans in Mediterranea. Yes, that is the country name, Mediterranea. Sure, why not? Well, they're going to invade Kosovo. Sadly for Serbia, they see this as a declaration of war, and that calls in their entire alliance. Sadly for them and their entire alliance, in them trying to save themselves, well, they've just doomed themselves. So yeah, Mediterranean is going to start pushing into Kosovo, and from there they're just going to continue to expand into all of the blue team. Serbia and Bulgaria are going to attempt their best to survive, maybe even to fight back, but against this kind of superpower, there would not be much that they would be able to do. In the end, they would fall, and with the fall of Sofia and all of their coastline, Bulgaria surrenders. Serbia, they didn't even surrender, they were just taken. And with the fall of Bucharest and their entire coast, Romania also surrenders. Moldova, what are we going to do with you? Well, spearhead for Chisinau, and you surrender. Yeah, that's a bunch of land that the Mediterraneans just got, and it is going to show. Obviously, resistance here would be high, rebellion would be likely. No, rebellion would be for sure, but once again, we are giving them the benefit of no rebellions, no resistance, no anything. Let's go ahead and continue here as they annex all parties that they attacked. From here, Hungary joins the Northern European Defensive Pact, so do the rest of the Baltics, and probably even Ireland. So where is this Mediterranean alliance going to look next? They're going to look to Iraq, and that's going to trigger Iran, who's going to trigger Armenia. And now we see another small alliance being activated. Although same as the Balkan Pact, it's not gonna win. It's not even. Yes, I know, desert. Okay, fine, they'll push down the rivers, the Tigris, the Euphrates, whatever. They captured the oil fields. They didn't push past the mountains. I should probably not ignore that. At this point, Iraq surrenders, leaving just Iran. Well, Iran's Caspian coast is now falling, along with their actual coast. And would they even join into this? Probably not. I don't know what the government would do here, but they never stood a chance. They just never stood a chance. And here I'm actually going to be making some borders, because if I just made them next to them, then that would be boring. I want some borders over here. Let's go and see what we got. Well, they're going to take the capital. They're going to take most of the important land. They're going to take all of the important land, actually. Well, most of the important land. They still have a bit of coastal land left, but with so much land gone, they are most likely not going to survive for much longer. They have Pakistan on their border. That's probably still the only person who'd be able to beat them. Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, yeah, they're pretty weak. But Armenia is also next, and at this point, not everyone knew it was going to happen, but this new Atlantic Alliance is crushing every single person they come in contact with. If you border them at all, you're either in the Northern European Pact or you're about to be dead. Or about to join it. It's probably going to expand, but from here, North Africa does a thing, basically hoping to do what the Europeans did. And they form up a pact. Who is this pact between? Well, it's going to be between Sudan, Chad, Cameroon, Niger, Mali, Mauritania, and a few other smaller nations. So yeah, that's a decently sized alliance, you know, it's decently sized. Sadly for them, the Mediterraneans, they don't care. They're gonna declare war on the entire thing because they can. They are incredibly powerful. They can declare war on pretty much anyone they feel like. From there, they will begin their invasion. Well, if you didn't know, desert exists, and it's all over there. And normally I don't pay the largest amount of attention to that, but you can't really ignore, like, the world's largest hot desert. Yes, I said hot. Not the largest desert. That falls to Antarctica, cold desert. I mean, it's done by rainfall, so yeah. Once again, sidetracked. This new Mediterranean alliance, just pushing down the coast. They're destroying Mauritania and Senegal. From there, they push into the only important parts that Mali owns, and down into Guinea and Burkina Faso. Honestly, none of these countries are particularly strong. All of these West African countries, I mean, they're pretty poor. They're not the best place to live. Their military is outdated. I may be being a bit harsh, but to be honest with you, I do not see a chance of them winning. Maybe Sudan would put up a fight, but, I mean, all that the Mediterraneans here have to do is push down the Nile, push down the coast, and you've got yourself a Sudan. Once they finish pushing down the Nile, they meet up around the south, where South Sudan gives them access to get revenge on Sudan, and they can push into Chad. After capturing any important parts of Chad, they begin to push down to Cameroon, and honestly, all of this just surrenders. It's all just desert. So what's Cameroon gonna do? Well, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight, and they're gonna lose. They are going to lose. What are the Romans gonna do here? Well, they're gonna go ahead and annex Mauritania, Mali, Niger, Chad, and Sudan. They're then going to also annex Burkina Faso, the Ivory Coast, Guinea, and Senegal. As for Cameroon and Togo, well, actually no, they're annexing Togo. And as for Cameroon, I'll actually leave them independent here. Cameroon, I want to leave at least one country independent. So you get to go and join the Central African Federation to survive for now. From there, the Romans just start going around to these weaker nations and saying, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine, and the rest of you're mine. Nigeria joins the Central African Federation, which is actually going to put a stop to them for now, as it consists of everything, literally the rest of Africa. It's just the African Federation now. It has gone into a military pact, and nearly every single country has joined it. A few may not, a few random African countries, but for the most part, they're all in it. They are all in it. And although they would probably win in the end, I don't think they want to have to push down all the way down Africa. That would just kill a bunch of their troops for a bunch of land that would be incredibly difficult to maintain. Once again, not their problem in this scenario, but I gotta take some realism into account. Although, considering that all of the Mediterranean countries united, I don't think there's any realism left. From there, they're just going to annex everyone. They want to expand, and they want to expand fast. Faster they expand, the better, or at least that's their motto. So yeah, when the faster you expand, the better is your motto, you know that you are a large country. At this point, I think I'll give them the #1 spot just because of how much land they have in North Africa. That is massive on a map. This map is obviously not perfect. You can't really get a perfect map on a flat surface. But, I mean, it's a decent map, and even just looking on here, you can see that North Africa is massive. Consider that in real life, where it's even larger, and you got yourself the largest country. From there, they're going to say Caucasus Caucasus countries, mine. They're going to say Switzerland. Well, they're going to try and make it theirs. And then Switzerland's going to blow up a bunch of bridges, and they'll be forced to leave. Not forever, but for now. They didn't dedicate a lot of divisions there. They're then going to send a bit of an ultimatum to the Middle East, basically saying, give me a bunch of land or I go and kill you completely. And when arguably the strongest country in the world sends you an ultimatum threatening to kill you unless you give up a bunch of land, you give up a bunch of land. Because they have just beat up one of the strongest forces in the world, and are once again, arguably one of the strongest forces in the world. Saudi Arabia here is just going to give up some land. Because honestly, it's the smartest thing they can do here. They cannot win. They just have to hope that they survive. They are puppeted, and a whole lot of land is taken from them, along with the annexation of Kuwait, Bahrain, and Qatar. But hey, at least you still exist. At least you still exist. From there, this empire, I'm still going to give it a system similar to what the Austro-Hungarians did at the end, where there are multiple ethnic groups in here. The North Africans, the Arabians, the Arabians, I'll just call them the Middle Easterners. Turkey has a different division, Greece has a different division. Then Romania and Moldova have a division. All of these, like Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, not perfectly together, but hey, they're given a division. Italy's given one, France and Spain are both given independent ones as well. So yeah, that's how they survive in real life. Not that they can, once again, but hey, yeah, we'll give this the #1 size. And what are they going to do? Well, what I've been hinting at before, and that is declare war on Switzerland again, this time with a lot more of their army. How's this going to go? Well, you see, Switzerland, I didn't tell you this, but they broke that whole neutrality thing. How did they break it? Well, by joining this Northern Confederation after seeing that they were being attacked and that their neutrality no longer supported them, when they have a border with the largest and most expansionist country in the world. From there, their entire pact will be activated because that's how it works. And now Rome is at war. Well, no, not Rome. I keep calling them Rome. Mediterranean, I think that's what I call them. Yeah, Mediterranean is at war with all of Northern Europe, aka one of the strongest forces in the world. Comparable to them, for sure. This consists of a lot of very powerful countries, such as the United Kingdom, Germany, Poland. Consists of the Nordics, it consists of the Baltics. And yes, literally all of Northern Europe that was left has joined this alliance for protection. The Baltic states actually joined for protection against Russia, but hey, in the end, they all just want to survive. And this alliance said that to them, although we're about to see if that really works out. Although, as you can probably tell, I'm saying although way too much, but as you can probably tell, this is not a fair fight. Of course, this is Europe, this is Sahara Desert, so size isn't going to matter here. But if we can assume that France is stronger than Germany, Italy is stronger than Poland, and Spain, Portugal, and Greece and Turkey are stronger than the UK, then we have all of the rest of the Balkans to fight against Hungary, Austria, Czechia, and Slovakia. We still have, a lot of the Middle East to fight against the Baltics and the Nordics. And in the end, we have pretty much all of North Africa left over as extra divisions to help them when it's already evened out. That helps put into perspective, yes, this is a very powerful country, and let's go ahead and see how it expands even more. Of course, their first war will be against Switzerland, but considering mountains, that's not gonna go amazingly. They are gonna start winning, but they're only gonna start a few small incursions into Swiss territory. That's not gonna go very well, and neither is their small push into the Austrian Alps. Especially a lot of German divisions have been stationed here, and they are protecting them fiercely. Sadly for Austria and anyone else in this area, including Hungary, these areas don't have nearly as many mountains. And, well, the Romans, Hungary was kind of just hoping to set up along the Danube, you know? Hold them there. Sadly for them, the Romans saw this coming and started to push in from Romania. From there, they captured Budapest, and the full Hungarian army surrendered. Vienna soon fell, along with Salzburg and Graz, so Austria surrendered. And yeah, the Slovakian capital I cannot pronounce, but it sounds like something like that. It starts with something. The point is, I know it's there, okay? And they captured it. It's right about there. From there, they begin to push into the Czech Republic and capture Prague, and begin to push up into Poland. This area of Poland specifically is very important for them, and if they manage to capture Warsaw, Krakow, something like that, maybe Todz, yeah, Poland's gonna die from that. So they're gonna do exactly that, push up, capture Poland, push up, capture Krakow, and just begin to push around a bit. From there, they are also gonna push out into the Benelux. And yeah, the UK especially is going to have a lot of divisions here. This is the UK sector. So they're going to push back in the Netherlands. But Belgium and Luxembourg are dead. They actually, yeah, let's set them up. Let's set them up along the Rhine River. There, see, I'm using geography to make sense of things. No, that's not perfect, but I don't have time to continuously remake the Rhine River. So that's just what we're going to leave it at for now. Over here in Poland, as you could have seen when the Germans invaded, or when everyone invaded, including Russia, Germany, and Austria-Hungary, this is all plains, and that's what makes it so easy to kill. And that's what's going to make it easy to kill here. With the fall of Poland, well, that's one of the most powerful countries on the blue team right now, out. Germany is getting attacked from both sides. Poland, even dead now, is laughing at the irony of that. And the Baltics cannot defend themselves against the massive Mediterranean attack that is coming. This attack gets there and begins to absolutely destroy them. From there, the blue team basically just decides, okay, we have to do things. We're set up well along the Rhine and along the Alps mountains. If we can, they probably can't get to the Danube anymore, so this Czech border is their biggest issue. Why is that an issue? Because, well, yeah, they're pushing it. All along this, well, let's look at their natural defenses. All of this is protected well. There's no way that they're getting past any of that. But, as you can see, there's a very critical fall right over here. Germany also has some plains in the north, part of the, Greater European plains, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, Mediterranean is using that to their advantage. And, well, I think the easiest way to put this is Berlin falls. With Berlin gone, the UK is feeling more and more like they're alone. But you know what? Germany's still alive. They still have Munich. They still have Hamburg. Do they have Stuttgart here? I don't know. I'd have to check exactly, but I think they do. Point is, they're still alive, but they've lost their capital. As for the Baltics, the same cannot be said. They are not alive. Riga's captured. Latvia surrendered. Same thing with Estonia. It's not looking good. From here, the blue team's basically going to do something called... we'll give you all the land you want, just let us live. And with the German line falling even more with the fall of Hamburg, and the Danish, they don't look much better. They're holding a border over here, just like they wanted to, but yeah, they couldn't do anything over here. Their protection that was supposed to be along the Danube did not work, and they surrender. In this peace treaty, obviously Rome can't take everything. They did not fully capitulate them, but the war had gone on long enough, and all parties involved, just like in almost any war, had suffered greatly. So let's go ahead and make this peace treaty with Rome taking over all of the land across the Rhine River, as you'd expect, a tiny bit of land concessions out of Switzerland, although Switzerland overall still exists as a state. Once again, tiny bit of land concessions to Austria down here in the south. So not a lot of land, you know, some decent land, especially the Rhine area that is very powerful industrially, especially if you go into this general area. Very large economically. Very, very large. But besides that, well, Austria's lost their capital. Czechia still has their capital, but is dying. And as for Poland, well, they still have their capital as well. Wasn't as punishing as I was planning to make it, but the point still is that Mediterranean secured their spot as the most powerful country in the world, if not then close to it by rivaling the US. Over time, though, I'm sure that with all this land, all these resources, they could industrialize faster than the US ever could. They also have, I mean, I couldn't give you an exact number, but one of the largest populations in the world, especially with it growing so quickly, especially up here. Once again, keep mentioning it, but North Africa is estimated to grow in population a lot, especially West Africa, which, not North, but West Africa. So they are not having any problems population-wise. As for the North European Alliance, well, they were punished, but they were also dissolved. Some of them were given new governments that are pro-Mediterranean, and in the end, pretty much just the UK. Germany was influenced, so I can't give it to Germany. Poland was influenced, so I can't give it to Poland. The Nordics and the UK were the only people who didn't get either a new government, an influence government, or land taken away. So yeah, this war really set up Mediterranean as the rulers of Europe, the rulers of Africa, and the rulers of basically just Western Asia. From here, they could most likely push into Ukraine, probably defeat Russia, keep on pushing into Asia, capture the rest of Africa by destroying that alliance, but I think I'm going to end it here. So I'm going to finish this up by deleting everyone else. Over here in Europe, there would most likely be a Central European Confederation set up between Germany, Austria, and Czechia. But overall, not many more changes happen. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!